Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to discuss how to win at leading millennials. Gone are the days of authoritative leadership. Millennials are a different breed compared to traditionalists. A lot of companies are struggling to engage millennials. Today's work environment is just simply not enough to attract the young top talent that's out there. The millennials seem to play by a different rule book. So how do we engage and attract and maintain millennials? Well, after doing some brief research, I've come up with 4 major ways, if you will, that we as seasoned leaders can find ways to help attract and engage and keep the millennials. The first major reason, or way I should say, is growth. Millennials need to feel that personal progress is being made in their personal development, because if not, then they tend to feel disengaged and disconnected. They're also looking for accelerated growth and promotions. The typical 3 to 5 years approach just simply isn't cutting it anymore. Leaders need to get millennials involved right away in projects that involve on-the-job training as well as development. This is how and this is where the millennials thrive. The second major point is connection. Millennials are hyper-connected as it is, and they need to feel connected and engaged. Workplaces that foster strong friendships among employees have higher engagement rates than those who don't. So here's some tips to better connect. 4 or 5 small tips. The first one is give them more face time. They need more meetings, continuous feedback. They crave interaction. So as a leader, we need to make sure that we are involved with them. Engagement outside of work. Millennials see the workplace as not only a place to make money, but also a place to socialize, innovate, learn, and enjoy. Work doesn't limit their life, but it's a part of their life. A little different than the traditionalists. Keep it real. Create trust with millennials by being more authentic and transparent. Leaders must be themselves and not try to be something they perceive themselves to be. Millennials are a lot like babies. They notice the BS right away, and they appreciate the realness or the authenticity a lot more than probably traditionalists would. Be vulnerable. Millennials are well educated, probably more now than ever, and know that we all have the same fears as far as not being good enough or smart enough or even worthy enough. So being vulnerable really helps with the relationship, creating a rapport with them and making more of a trust between the two. The last tip is to dare to care. Good leaders are good listeners. We need to listen to the millennials and find out what's important to them, what makes them tick, what motivates them, and then capitalize on that. Getting to know them personally and build a personal relationship, and that will help give more of themselves to the job and to you. Now back to the major points or ways. The third way, the first 2 was growth and connection. The third one is purpose. Studies show that millennials are engaged at work most when they're doing work that they feel is meaningful work. They want their lives to have purpose as well as their work. So to fix the disconnect that companies seem to have with millennials, we have to, first of all, bridge the gap. Find ways to make work more meaningful. And then we focus on the strengths. Find out what their strengths are and then help them to do more of that. Align what they do to what's important to them. How does what they do impact themselves or the team or the organization? Once they know their values, it's easy to connect what they care about to what they do. And then the final thing is acknowledge their impact. Millennials expect to be recognized much more frequently than the previous generations. This act will pay huge dividends in the long run. So they're a bit different than some of us older folks. They need to be appreciated and acknowledged more for the things that they do. And the fourth major way is coaching. Millennials view authority differently. So authoritative leadership is not happening with these guys. It's just not going to cut it. So they don't like having managers. So the best thing to do is to have them participate in cross-functional teams. Millennials work better together, and getting them to collaborate and engage with each other also means empowerment. So there you have it in a nutshell: growth, connection, purpose, and coaching. Those are the 4 ways that we can attract the millennials and obtain and keep them in our environment, so that we can get the efficiency and effectiveness that we're looking for. And at the same time, they can get the meaningfulness out of the job and the purpose that they're craving as well. So let's create the right environment, become a great listener, and accept and embrace change, because the one thing that's consistent in life is change. So we have to understand it, learn it, and embrace it, and find ways to make it work for us. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please give them below in the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. Share it. Please share it. If this is helping you or your team, I would love for you to share this information with others, because my job, as always, is to help you become the leader that people want to follow. And if you want to hire me for any coaching or speaking engagements or training, my information is on the screen below. Feel free to contact me, and we can work out a plan that's specialized and detailed to your success and your growth. Again, thanks a lot for tuning in. And remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading?